I thought I knew quite a bit about the village and what it was going to be like living here full time. But I was wrong. It is not quite the same as what I thought it would be. Hi everybody, welcome. Simon here on the new camera. 8 months here in Thailand. It goes past so quick. I'm gonna walk up to the snooker club because Home Pro have just arrived to fit a new air conditioning unit into our second spare bedroom where some of you subscribers are staying, and it broke. It's 14 years old, that aircon. But this sort of takes me on to the 8 months in. I mentioned that I found myself in a position a little bit depressed and cheesed off. And this is another learning curve of moving to Thailand, moving to a new climate, everything that goes with it. There's so much that you don't think about until it hits you. Why the slight depression? Well, we had a week and a half of non-stop subscribers with us, and at times 4 or 5 people here, which was brilliant. But at the same time, being so busy, it wore me out. When the last subscriber went, I found myself, I sat into the hammock and I was bushed. I was really worn out. Saudi Cup? Really worn out. One of the neighbours cutting grass next door for his cows. And they're usually the old strimmer device. Or some of them, the old school. I found myself absolutely worn out. And Mem as well. And I sat in my hammock at the end of the house, that end, and I was, quite exhausted. For the previous 3 weeks, we had been flat out. Mem had started her new little t-shirt business, so I had the little bit of stress with her flapping. She's also buying and selling perfumes. Busy as anything. As always, she's busy as anything. That and then all the subscribers, it just wore me out. So I sat in that hammock. And when you're tired, you just start daydreaming and wandering around in your mind. And I realised, I started looking at our budget. We had overspent in the last 2 months, overspent on our budget. Things were going wrong. Bikes were breaking. That aircon, 16,000 baht, £400-500. Investing in all these little micro businesses. So we'd overspent. So that was in the back of my mind. Being tired. And then I think what really hit me, and I sat the next day in the hammock as well. I haven't been homesick. Not at all. But I could not work out. Yes, I had the sickness I still have with the skin complaint, but I'm on pills which is controlling it and doing a good job. But has slight side effects, which maybe that's making me a little bit tired. But one thing I had not took into consideration with moving to Thailand is the daylight hours. Back in the UK, we had 4 seasons. Spring, sun starts coming out. It's a good 12 hours, 14-hour days, daylight, or partial daylight. Summer, 16-hour daylight. Even in autumn and winter, you've still got 12 plus hours daylight. Maybe not so much in the winter. Here, and I've said it before, you have 6:30 in the morning, the sun comes up. 6:30 at night, it's pitch black. Now, if you're in a town, in Thailand or a city, you've got the street lights. You've got cars and people moving about all the time. There's always something going on, noise. Here in the village, semi-rural, you have got nothing. It goes pitch black. You've got a few street lights, and you've got the sound of animals, crickets. Saudi Cup, it's away. Neighbour's showing me his new cow. New baby. There you go. Love it. You have no noise, just animals, crickets, the buzz, whatever the animals are at night. The cats, the dogs. You just don't have it. The sound of cities. You don't have the daylight. It's pitch black. Now back home, okay, in the winter, you'd put the TV on, and you'd watch TV, or you'd do something. Okay, yes, I've got YouTube, I've got the internet, but it's still, something's missing. Something is missing with the, I'm just trying to get you in the right position here, because something's missing at night with the pitch black. Vitamins, maybe it's vitamins I'm missing. My body is saying, what are you doing? It just doesn't feel right. All these little things added up on those couple of days and made me feel at a low point. Mem was also bush, she was also worn out. But luckily, one of the things I've got built in my head is the ability to bounce back, to analyse what's going wrong, what's happening. And after 2 days in the hammock, thinking about everything I thought about, I realised how lucky I was. Instead of looking on the negative side of things, I start looking at the positive. Maybe I need vitamins. This difference in daylight and night time and my body, exercise, vitamins should fix it. Finances, well, it's just one of those things. You move to Thailand or a foreign country, you budget, you set things up so you've got money for however long you're going to live there. We underestimated the cost of fixing our house and all the things that have broken. The house has been up since '07. It's 11 years, and things start breaking, like that aircon. In fact, no, it was before '07, '05. So the aircon's, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. It starts breaking, and things break. So you don't allow, I didn't allow in our budget for too many things breaking. Some things, but not too many. Didn't allow in the budget for things getting sick, and I hadn't even thought about health insurance and costs before we came. The budget, we're going to do a cost of living, a proper cost of living soon video, and then things hopefully will click into place. In hindsight, 8 months in, we should have added 20% to our savings and budget, which would have compensated and would have covered everything. So we underestimated by 20%, I reckon. But we're okay. We can still jiggle the budget, just take it easy for a couple of months and bring it back round. The weather, we're now coming into winter. It's actually cooler in the daytime now. And it's dropped to 33 degrees, 34 degrees. And it drops to 29, 30, 31 at night. That is a very nice welcome. That 5-degree drop in temperature is a really comfortable difference. You really notice it. And this is the start of winter. From now, November, December, January, before it starts heating up again. February, March, heating up. April, heading towards summer. So this next 3 months, climate, perfect. If you don't like the heat, and the further north you go in Thailand, the cooler it gets at night especially. So great time of the year, November, December, January, but then the most expensive time because you're starting high season. The climate now, fantastic. I'm loving it. All the food issues I've had with the sickness, the skin complaint, I've now got on top of. I'm now going to start looking for herbal options instead of these pills they've put me on, and see if there is ways to handle the HS. And I've thank you for quite a few of you who've emailed me and given me some ideas of the herbal methods. And anyone else, by all means, email me, let me know if you've got HS and the way you handle it. Health-wise, I'm now, skin's under control, I'm starting to get fitter, sleep pattern's fine. I work on the internet, YouTube in the morning, early hours, and late at night before going to bed. And then out and about filming when I can in the daytime. Plus subscribers coming. Having subscribers coming is a really nice experience, meeting new people. Because without the subscribers coming, there's no other foreigners here in the village. We're starting to do day trips, you've noticed. And we're getting out a bit more. I'm finding places where I can get the best bread in my area, the best bacon, the best sausages. Starting to find that out, and we're planning day trips around those shopping trips. So that's good. Now starting to find places that we never even knew existed near the village. Some of the beaches we found, beautiful. The Thai resorts. We're starting to try and get the area covered. We're about to do videos on local rooms for rent, hotel we found, and the local council. Some of the things they're doing, we're going to bring you along on those journeys. Mentally, how am I holding up after 8 months? I am very glad we moved to Thailand. Still the language learning is hard, but every day you learn a little bit more. A good friend of mine, Andy, down in Charam, is attending school and trying to learn Thai that way. I'm intrigued to see how he gets on. if there was somewhere here, a local school that I could attend, I would consider it. Because jumping from average Thai speaking to be able to full conversation, it's a big leap. Maybe it's because I'm 55, nearly 56. My learning ability is slower than a younger person. I'm getting by with the Thai language. I can listen to most conversations in Thai now and understand probably 40% of them, of the conversations, which is making life a bit easier for me. I can definitely go out and about on my own and talk enough Thai to get done what I need done. We've had no building projects for a few months, which has been a nice respite. We have got the new project coming up. I think we're probably going to hold it off till January starting it, but we will get the electric and water supply in first, so that'll start in a few weeks. But the main build, I think we'll hold off just till start of January. Luckily Mem and Sam are going to do that, so I'm not really going to get involved with that too much. Because it can be quite stressful. Hindsight, would I change anything from the last time I spoke to you about moving to Thailand? Not really. Maybe I would have saved some more money for camera equipment and the bits and pieces, because I have had to spend quite a bit recently on YouTube. This new camera, a perfect example. Recently we went shopping to Robinson's, and I took you on a quick motor show they were showing, and I showed you some of the motorbikes. My passion, one of my other passions, is motorbikes. I'd love a bike of some description that is strong enough and big enough to wander off down these dirt tracks and without the fear it's going to break down. The two little second-hand bikes we bought for the subscribers, the little Yamaha Nuvos, we've hardly used them, and you guys have hardly used them, and every time you leave them for a week they start breaking, things go wrong, and I just can't keep fixing them, so I'm going to sell them off, those two. We still have a couple of bikes that people can use, but people haven't used them, so I would love still to get myself the Honda 150cc PCX scooter. It's just a big scooter with a medium engine. Love a big bike, but that's never going to happen here in Thailand. And as you get older, you tend to go away from the thoughts of the big heavy bikes. More, maybe a bigger scooter, 300cc, 500cc scooter. One of those would get me away from Mem. I could get up the dirt tracks, take the cameras, and just probably get myself in trouble. I'd probably find quite a bit of wildlife. I want to get over the other mountain I've found. There's some great roads off the beaten track. There's a quarry up there I'd like to explore, and there's somewhere up there's a hidden lake I want to find. Can't get a car up there, and I just daren't risk one of the little scooters we've got. They're just likely to break down and I'd be well stuck. So yeah, if I didn't have YouTube right now, it would be trying to get a fish tank, trying to get a bike and wander around and learn. Golf, someone asked me, no, I don't play golf, never played golf. There is an 18-hole course over there. It's quite expensive, it's quite exclusive. It's something like 3,000 baht a night for a hotel there and a round of golf. It might be more actually. I will get the camera up there when I can get permission off them to go and have a wander. 8 months in, it's good. It just takes some, you've really got to think about life in a different way when you're in this climate and popping in and out of the heat, what clothes you wear, you're showering more. I've got the bath, which is great. Everything has changed since I was in the UK. Everything, food, sleep patterns, absolutely everything. I didn't think it would change so much, and I've been coming here for 15-20 years. You never know everything in Thailand. You're always learning every single day, and that's one of the joys of living in a foreign country, is learning new things. I love it, but it does hit your body a bit. I suppose as the older you get as well, it's going to be harder. If you are thinking seriously thinking of retiring in Thailand, my advice would be, before you press that button to move, come to Thailand, rent a car or a bike, and take a 3-month sabbatical. Wander around for 3 months. Or if you like a certain area, go there and stay there for 3 months. Actually live there. 3 months would be enough time for you to work out whether you actually like it, because just upping and moving to Thailand is a huge gamble. As I said, I thought I knew quite a bit about the village and what it was going to be like living here full time, but I was wrong. It is not quite the same as what I thought it would be. Every time you step out the door in Thailand, you spend money. Absolutely 99% of the time you step out the door, you will spend money. Every day you will spend money. A friend of mine who's living just up the road, he's retired here the same time as me, and he's got himself into a nice little routine. He goes off to a coffee shop in the morning, he jumps on his bike, rides off to the coffee shop, and there's another foreigner he meets, they have coffee and a chat. In the evening, he doesn't drink a lot, but he'll go to a bar they found, which is like a cafe bar, and they'll have a drink, and I think they've got a dartboard and a bit of telly. But he's got a little bit of a routine going, which is good. But that's not me. I don't like routines. I do not like that. To me is actually being back in the rat race. I don't want routines. I don't want an alarm clock. I don't want set things, because as soon as you have set things every day, it can become monotonous, and it could become you fall into maybe a bad habit. So no, maybe not get do routines. But you contemplate more here. You have more free time. I make sure every day I have at least an hour hammock time. We call it hammock time. I have at least an hour hammock. And when I can, I get up here in the evenings, talk to the locals, talk to the neighbours. Sometimes I'll have a drink with them, whether it's soft drink or a beer. You get to know what's happening in the village. And we wander off around to the next road and see the local council and chat to all them. Just one road difference, totally different things going on. Wandering off to the markets, the food market. Twice a week we've got clothes and electrical goods in the market as well. That's good, just to wander around, catch up and see the locals, show your face. And it's quiet at the moment. We've had no funerals, no parties, no monks' parties. We've had a monk's day where we went and gave food to the temple, but it seems a bit quiet. Soon it will get silly season, where every weekend there'll be monks' parties and things, and that's great. That's great. So here I am, rambling and rambling, 8 months in Thailand. A little bit depressed for a few days. I did spiral down. Wasn't that happy. Things just got to me. But after re-evaluating, bouncing back, realised how lucky I am, and that it's just a case of knuckle down and sort things out. How you can recommend or steer people away from that, I don't know. The more time you spend alone, the more chance you've got of going down those spirals. If you're moving to Thailand in rural, even more rural than this, it's going to be easier to be on your own, and you find yourself a lot more time on your own. You've got to be able to handle being on your own if you're going to go rural or semi-rural Thailand. That's why so many of you head for the cities, or near a city, and it's not a bad thing. But there is a difference between the cities by the water, the tourist spots, Pattaya and Phuket. Bangkok's totally different. But you go to those places, you've got a lot of tourists, so you're interacting with people from your own country. If you go to the other cities, like here near me, Ratchaburi, Phetchaburi, Thai cities, there is quite a few Farangs around there. You do tend to see them at shopping centres and things. living in one of those cities, I think, would be, yeah, quite nice. Quite nice. It would be nice to be able to live here in the country Monday to Friday and live in the city maybe at weekends, just to get a different pace of life. That's another thing. The pace of life is slower. Takes some getting used to. Every time I think of something, a new subject pops up 8 months in. But I am loving it. I absolutely am loving it. I'd highly recommend anybody thinking of retiring to Thailand, get your budget in place. Get extra 20% maybe put away. Health insurance is a must. Gives you such peace of mind. I have no worries in the world now with health insurance. I've got it in place. For those of you, I did a video a few months ago, go and dig it out. Health insurance. There's a great guy there who's talking to loads of you, giving you free advice. Health insurance was definitely a good move, and I'm happy I've got it. What did I pay? 27,800 baht a year. It's like £50, $50 a month or something. Really good. Well worth it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, of course. As always, comments below. You can email me any questions. As I mentioned, we will be doing a cost of living video, but that's a big video. It's another big one like the health insurance. So we'll be looking at that soon. There's plenty more coming around the corner that I haven't told you about yet. Let's see what this new camera can do for me, eh? Maybe it can make me look a bit younger or prettier. And no, a few people still saying about my bad teeth. I did check with the local dentist in Petchaburi. You're looking about 200,000 baht to fix all your teeth, which is, how much is that? 5,000-6,000 pound, 7,000 American dollars. I think I'll just pull them all out and get some plastic Thai dentures. Or stop smiling. Take care, have a great day, weekend, week, and I'll catch you on whatever the next video is. More food ones coming. I'm trying to explore and analyse what food ones you want. Do you want to see? Here's a good point to ask you. Do you actually like the video I did at Gay's restaurant where we had the food on the table and you could see people eating it? I hate watching people eat food on video, but you guys, a lot of you seem to like it. Do you want more videos where people are actually eating all the different Thai dishes? Do you like that? Let me know, please. Right, I'll see you soon. I'm rambling. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.